What is going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to another edition of On the Road to Victory. I, of course, am your host, Jimmy Smith, and I hope you're all off to a great start this week. I know I, for myself, am very excited. Training camp starts on Wednesday. They are showing up tomorrow. It's here. It's here. And I know it's just preseason and training camp and all these things coming up. We're still a little ways from September and the actual season starting, but I'm getting damn excited. And you know it, ladies and gentlemen. I've been trying to put out the good word about the Eagles, about, I got a hair in my face, apparently, about the Eagles signing Landon Dickerson. Sorry about that. I don't know what's happening here. I guess my hair's falling out. I'm getting old. Anyways, back into it. Landon Dickerson signed his rookie contract. We've been talking about for literally over 2 months, probably. Spot Track, when the Eagles did draft all of these guys, we talked about the top three were going to be the only three that actually affected the salary cap. So we've been going through that. We were using their numbers. They were dead on with Devontae Smith, also with Milton Williams. So we went with those numbers, and sure enough, they turned out to be right again. So we've been talking about, how are the Eagles going to sign Landon Dickerson? How could they sign Steven Nelson? You know, and you saw it out there. Everybody, oh, well, they have to get rid of Zach Ertz first. It has to be. That's just the way. And that is not how it was. And we go ahead and check those videos out for the last couple of months. We've been trying to put out the good word. Howie is the magician with that money. I don't care how we feel about the draft or anything like that. He knows how to work that money. So we've been trying to do the math for everybody, putting out the good word. And I appreciate you guys, George, all you guys that tagged me and stuff and tagged people that were out there saying that Zach Ertz had to be gone to make any moves. Well, we made both of those moves, and Zach Ertz is still here. So we're going to get into it. We're going to talk about Landon Dickerson signing his rookie contract. We all know how excited I am about Landon Dickerson, somebody that can definitely fill in if there, God forbid, something to happen this year. But he is the future at center. And look, I love Jason Kelce, so I hate a world without him on the Eagles. But if we're going to replace him, what better guy than Landon Dickerson, tough as nails? Sure, he has some injury history, but let's let him have this redshirt year. Learn behind these guys in case of emergency. You can use him, but I see a bright future for this young man. A lot of people talking the last couple of weeks, oh, it's getting concerning. Last few days, everybody feeling the heat. Oh, my God, he hasn't signed. So we said, let's pump the brakes. Find a little bit of patience here, guys, because these second rounders want a little bit more guaranteed money. And him having some injury history, I'm sure the conversations were intense. So they figured out the money, got him signed a couple days before camp, so we can all rest easy. And we got Steven Nelson yesterday, which I'm sure you guys, if you somehow missed that, you're living on another planet. But I'm sure you guys know how excited I was about that. So very pumped up, very, very. What is going on, my man? Eagles are rumoric. I don't know what that means, but hell yeah. What's up, dude? How you doing? Steven Nelson, man. Told you. We got him. Look, it was a pleasure coming on your show the other day. Happy to break down what's going down with the Eagles. As I was explaining, Steven Nelson, the perfect fit. And here we are. We got him, dude. 124 days I spent asking for that guy. So I'm a little bit happy. What's up, Eagles? Rumored to be looking at Josh Johnson. Yeah, I saw that. There's lots of rumors, always rumors. And the wide receiver room, we talk about how young it is. We could possibly add a veteran guy. We've talked about that for a while. I wouldn't be against adding someone like him. Didn't really pan out in Washington, but hey, we could see how he's doing. So I'm excited about Smith, Rager. But beyond that, what is behind that? You got Fulgham and Ward and Watkins and Hightower, Arcega-Whiteside. Michael Walker was brought in, Jamon Osman, the undrafted kid. So you've got guys that are competing, but very young guys. So more competition, the merrier. I'm doing great, man. Doing real great. Hope you're doing well. Feels good to be putting in hard work this off season and see it all come to light. Everybody telling fans the Eagles can't do anything with the cap space they have. Well, we went ahead and made some videos explaining why they could. So check those out. Posted a bunch of them today, showing people, putting in the work. There's a lot of people putting out some false information, and it's too much. And yes, there was a huge hole to fill. That's why I'm sorry if I annoyed you guys talking about it for 124 days, but Steven Nelson was the right move for the Eagles, not just this year. Look, we're not sitting here saying we're Super Bowl bound. We're talking about the fact that we need to help these young guys grow. And I think this is the perfect move for Zach McPherson. We've talked about that for months. So yes, he gets to learn eventually. He could be Avonte Maddox out for that nickel cornerback spot sooner rather than later. I like Avonte Maddox, but we've talked about it. He is your fourth, fifth defensive back that can help as a nickel corner, a free safety, move him around certain matchups. That's great. But he's not an outside corner. That's why you needed Steven Nelson and Zach McPherson. I think he's better. I think he will beat him out. Kid could help us outside. He can move. As soon as we sign Zach McPherson to talk about, he can play inside, outside, man, zone. I'm excited. So this move, it's huge. Landon Dickerson, try to talk to everybody. Let's have some patience. Nina's in the building. We were talking. We were both trying to say, have a little patience. And yeah, Dickerson before camp. And look, here we are, Nina. You were there too. You were saying it as well. So look, just a little bit of patience. And a lot of people, I think, get misconstrued because there's a lot of people that are supposed to have credentials and be reporters and do stuff that are putting out false information and just really don't understand how the cap works. And that's the problem here. There's guys like Mike Kay out there, Chris Franklin. There's some really good reporters that, do the work. And, there's other ones that don't. And dude, it's like, I'm not trying to knock anyone's work, but you've got people really misconstrued about what's going on with the Eagles. And, they're hating Howie for it. They're pissed off. They don't know what's happening. And it's like, dude, why don't you just do some work, figure out what's actually going on? I mean, we signed them both and Ertz is still here. Still think we trade Ertz. Yeah. And I've stressed that more than anything. I don't know about for preseason. I'd like to see his value go up. Obviously, we haven't gotten a trade offer that we like. So he's still here. We could save the money regardless if we trade or cut him, but we would have cut him already if we just wanted money. So need to get something back in return. As I've said all offseason, I do not see him in Philadelphia Midnight Green week 1. So yeah, I agree. Now, Landon Dickerson, we used all those numbers, right? They were correct in the end. Now, Steven Nelson's numbers, he's going to make about $4 million, but the exact numbers, the cap hit, all that stuff are not out yet. But, got some rumblings out there. So we're going with the numbers we were given, and we're going to give a little rough estimate about where the Eagles stand with their cap space after we signed not only Landon Dickerson, but also Steven Nelson. So we're going to take a look at how the two of these guys actually affect. We're going to look at the cap before they signed. Then we're going to take both of their cap hits. We're going to replace them with the other two guys. I'm going to show you guys how you do the work, do the math for you. And please feel free to share this to anybody that still thinks, with the cap space, if they're confused about what's going on. Happy to help. So I want to talk about those two. And that is the topic for today. How did the recent signings affect the salary cap? If you guys have any questions, if you get confused at any point, or you have any comments about anything else or questions, those are always welcome. But we're going to take a quick gander at this. It's going to be a quick video. I will be back again tonight because I want to do my final offensive recap of the NFC East. And then tomorrow we're going to be doing the best of the positional battles the day before training camp. I really can't wait. Really can't wait. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying the content this offseason. Oh my God, but it's finally almost here. So let's take a look. This is what the cap space was before we signed Steven Nelson. So $4,877,971. That is what the cap space was at before Steven Nelson and before Landon Dickerson. All right. So we have the numbers for Landon Dickerson, but as I said, this is the projected. And what have I been saying? The 124 days I wanted to sign Steven Nelson. It was about the money. He'd probably get paid around $4 or $5 million, but the cap hit would be under $2 million. That's what people seem to forget. They sign for a contract and they think that's the cap hit. Not the case. So the talk is that his contract could be around $1.6 million cap hit. So we're going with that number. So let's say, and it is going to be around that. So let's just go with that number. Keep in mind that these numbers could change just briefly because of that. But, as soon as the real numbers are out, I will be on top of it. So let's take a look at both of their cap hits combined. Going with the 1.6 mil for Steven Nelson. Then Landon Dickerson's cap hit, $1,573,940. You add those two together, and you have a $3,173,940 cap hit, right? So I think this is where a lot of people are getting lost. So they take that $3 million plus, and they are subtracting it from the Eagles' salary cap. Now, if you subtracted it from that 4.8, well, that only leaves you with 1.7, right? So oh my God, the Eagles are under 2 million. That's not how it works. So the salary cap is based off of the top 51 contracts. Now, Willie Henry was let go. If his cap would have been something different, we would have had to work with those numbers. But he was one of those $850,000 minimum contracts. Doesn't matter. You had to replace it anyway. So we take the combined cap hit of those two players. Okay. So we have those combined 3,173,940,000, and you subtract the last two players on the 51-man salary cap because you're replacing those two with those other two. So you just multiply 850,000 times 2 and you get 1.7 million. We subtract that 1.7 million from the 3 million plus, and this is what the cap hit is going to be from the two of those guys: $1,473,940 for both of them, because you're replacing the other two. So their cap hits are higher, but how it affects our salary cap is what we're looking at here. This is where I think a lot of people are getting lost. So we're taking that number, we're taking their cap difference, and we're subtracting from the cap number we had yesterday. So you take that 4.8 million and you subtract the 1.4 million. And this is your cap space after both of these guys are signed. Now, if Steven Nelson is a little bit lower than 1.6, obviously you have a little bit more. If it's a little bit higher, but I think it's going to be under 2 million, you are still looking at, ladies and gentlemen, the Philadelphia Eagles right now, after both of those signings, having $3,404,031. Like I said, when the actual numbers come out for Steven Nelson, we will be on top of that. But, dude, this is what we were talking about all offseason. Everybody thinks, Zach Ertz had to be gone, and I still think he will be gone. But he did not have to go anywhere. There was no rush for him to be moved. And that's what a lot of people were trying to say. In order for us to sign Dickerson, that was the halt. We can't sign Steven Nelson. That was the halt. That was not it at all. These were all just discussions about money. Money, money, money. It's what it all comes down to. So there it is, ladies and gentlemen. That is how the salary cap works. And that is how both of those signings will affect the salary cap. So excited to have Landon Dickerson signed. Excited to have Steven Nelson in the building now. But we still have a little bit of cap space. Now, you want to have a little bit of wiggle room throughout the season. So I still think Ertz is gone. But if you look at that, now you're looking at, if Ertz is gone, that $8.5 million that you saved from him, dude, now you have $11.9, maybe $12 million in cap space. Make an awesome trade. Make another signing. I don't know. You could do a lot. Next year, we talk about having 45 mil plus, so we could roll money over and have even more money next year. Got 10 draft picks. I'm excited how this team is building right now. And I think Howie has done a fantastic job, as I've tried to stress for the last few months, with dealing with the salary cap, free agency, and the draft. So far, so good. But I appreciate you guys taking the time on this Monday late afternoon. I'll be back tonight with the final installment of the NFC East Positional Outlook. So hopefully you will join me for that. But appreciate you guys checking me out on all these platforms, hitting that like button, retweeting, that subscribing to the YouTube channel, dude. We're almost at 300. Cannot thank you guys enough. I can't thank you enough for pushing me to actually start doing stuff on YouTube. So thank you guys. We're going to get that bad boy going up. So if you have any questions about the salary cap, you have any questions about training camp coming up, anything, feel free to reach out to me. Got any questions about life? I'm always here for you guys, but hope your week is off to a great start. I'll see you a little bit later tonight. And as always, go Birds!